Hello there, my soul family. How's everyone doing this early afternoon? I hope everyone is doing good. A little earlier, well, a lot earlier than usual. Uh, but if I didn't do it at this time, I would not be able to do it later on because I do have an engagement to go to in a little while later on today. Um, So that's why I decided to come on much earlier than usual today, so that I am able to go to my event later on. Not event, my godchild's Ocha anniversary of being initiated, her second year of being initiated into the Afro Cuban Oricha tradition. So, since I did not want to miss this week's Tarot Tuesday, I decided to just come on much earlier than we normally would. So, welcome, 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 everyone. Happy to see you here. We are live. We are streaming live from YouTube land, IG, and also TikTok. Um, so, welcome, welcome. Do me a great favor and share this live. Let others know that we are live. It's Tarot Tuesday and it's much earlier than usual. And here we are. So do me a favor and share this live on your timeline and let others know that we are live right now. If you are on TikTok land, do me a great favor and tap that screen. It definitely helps with the algorithms. Please do that for me. How's everyone doing this afternoon? Do tell. How are you doing? What's new? How has your week been? How are you all doing today? How was your weekend? Is anyone celebrating a solar return? Um, do let me know. Let me know. Let me know if you are celebrating a solar return. Happy, happy, happy solar return for you. Um, Happy Leo season, the season of the heart, and we are connected emotionally to lots of changes that we are either experiencing now or changes that we want to bring about. So, whatever it is, may it come forward for you in greatness, in peace, in blessings, in abundance, in growth, in stability, in inner balance, whatever it is. What city and state are you checking in from? Let me know. What side of the world are you checking in from? TikTok, click that screen, tap that screen. So the more hearts and the more tapping you do on that screen, the better visibility I get. And the algorithms become a little nicer, especially since I'm still very new in streaming live on TikTok land. Here, let's see. Brenda started a business, and today my biggest client so far just added me as a vendor. Super excited for the future and grateful for what is coming. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Congrats. Congratulations to you. Inglewood, California is in the house. Blessings to you, Miss Ashley. My old stepping grounds. I love Inglewood area, especially over there on the Market Street Boulevard. Um, Sacramento, California, New Zealand. Here, Napier. Awesome, awesome. Kansas City. Okay. Cali, Ohio. Yes, yes. Moved to Cali last year. Oh, I see, I see. You're in Ohio now. Blessings to you, beloved. Blessings to you. Great to see you on here. Awesomeness. Yama, yama, yama. My TikTok screen is a little far, so I can't read it too much. Oh, yeah, last time. But saw you. Oh my God, I can't read my TikTok screen because it's too far from me. Either that or I need new glasses. Well, I do need I do need new glasses, but that's besides the point. New York is in the house. Awesomeness, awesomeness. So I am going to go much faster than I usually do, because I have things to do, and I do have to drive far for my godchild's ultra anniversary this evening. So I am going to speed it up a little bit. I'm not going to stick around too long, but I did not want us to miss Tarot Tuesday this week. So that's why I'm making that sacrifice to be here right now. Anyway, that being said, that being said, let's see what the opening oracle card is for today. But before we do that, I want you to write in the screen. I want you to write in the chat, not in the screen. Oh my God, my English. When my English goes dancing with my Spanish in my brain, a whole new vocabulary comes out. Anyway, I want you to write in the chat. I want you to write in the chat. What's going on the screen here? What's going on? ¿Qué está pasando? Let me fix this because for some reason it just decided to go crazy here. ¿Qué pasó aquí? Okay, we're good now, I think. Okay, so I want you to write in the chat how much ASHE, ASHE, will it cost me? How much ASHE will it cost me? Write it in the chat. How much ASHE, ASHE, or AXE, or ASE, depending on your understanding of the Yoruba language. I'm Afro-Cuban, so with me is ASHE. How much ASHE will it cost me? Woo! I think Spirit should have given me a different topic that wouldn't take so long to unpack, because that's a loaded one. But listen, I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger. And, I don't stand in the way of Spirit's message. How much ASHE will it cost me? Write it in the chat. How much ASHE will it cost me? Thank you, TikTok land family, for tapping that screen. The more you tap that screen, the more visibility I get. So, how much ASHE will it cost me? Well, what I will say about this loaded theme, this loaded topic, for those of you that may not know what ASHE is something that we are all from the Yoruba, from the African spirituality perspective. This fly is driving me the heck crazy. Carajo. It's something we are all born with. But even though we are all born with ASHE, we all don't develop it. We all don't stand in its power, because we are under the influence of our upbringing, society, societal norms, our community, our training, our conditioning, our schooling, our heartbreaks, our traumas, our inherited traumas. All these things stands in the way of us truthfully allowing our divine ASHE to step forward in our life. And ASHE is power. ASHE is a blessing that we are born with. It is that which creator, whoever your creator is, God, Olofin, Olodum, Olodumare, Nsambi, Jesus, whatever you believe in, as your creator, Mother Earth, universe, furnished you with that power, which is ASHE, which is something unique to you. That is your ability to do whatever creator entrusted you to do in this lifetime. Now, people get in the way. Our decisions contribute to us losing our ASHE or forfeiting our ASHE. Excuse my cough. Um, when we are governed by our ego, when we don't check our ego, um, it can cost us a great deal. When we go about risking too much, too soon, too quickly, without assessing what's at risk, we put ourselves in harm's way with regards to our ASHE. Now, something for us to understand. Let me go ahead and turn this thing here because I thought that I had light. I don't like when it's too dark. When our ASHE is compromised, it is compromised as a result of our insecurities. It is compromised as a result of our inability to make the necessary corrections in our life. It is compromised by way of allowing people into our life that we should really be telling them to go, goodbye. Trying to keep things and shouldn't be kept. So much could affect our ASHE. It is God given. No one gave it to us. It is not given to us by any human. It is not given to us by a family member. That is something that Creator, your Creator, the God of your understanding, furnished each and every one of us with. And it is our sole responsibility to protect it, defend it, honor it, allow it to show itself, reveal itself through our knack, through our ability, through our gifts, through that specific thing that Creator placed us on this earth to do. Now, Spirit comes around today and poses this question for us. And again, the question is, if you're just joining us right now, write it in the chat. If you already wrote it, write it again. I need this download to really stick. How much ASHE, ASHE, or however else you know how to spell it, how much ASHE will it cost me? That's a huge question. It's a big question because so many of us are we're incompliant. So many of us are out of alignment. So many of us are risking our ASHE in the name of proving a point, in the name of getting back at people, retaliating, in the name of trying to show off, in the name of accepting people in our life and trying to keep people that Creator, God, Spirit, guardian angels, spirit guides of light, ancestors of wisdom are trying to push out, and we keep reintroducing them into our life because we are governed by the low vibrational side of our emotions. What's at risk in your life? How is it that you are putting your ASHE at risk? So many of you want love, and so many of us want growth. But what behaviors, what thoughts, what beliefs are putting our ASHE at risk? That is the question. How much ASHE will it cost me? How much ASHE? I don't want to, I don't like Russian spirit. And I said I need to be out of here by 3. But and I'm going to try to speed through today's Tarot Tuesday. But when the energy flows through, it flows through, and I don't want to interrupt that. How much ASHE will it cost you to try to keep that person in your life that you know has proven himself or herself to be unworthy of your time? Ay, Dios mío. How much ASHE will it cost you trying to get that coworker fired because you just don't like them or you're jealous of them? How much ASHE will it cost you to stand in the way of your ex-husband seeing his son or his daughter? How much ASHE will it cost you as you interfere with the relationship between your child and his or her father? because you're still mad that he or she cheated on you or left you for someone else? How much ASHE will it cost you when you try to repeatedly, you want vengeance. You're out for vengeance. You want to get back at that person. You're out for vengeance. How much ASHE will it cost me? Is this evening's great question that Spirit poses for all of us. How much ASHE will it cost me to try to control and manipulate? How much ASHE will it cost me when you are repeatedly gaslighting someone in your life? How much ASHE will it cost me when you are repeatedly controlling and manipulating someone's life because it's convenient for you in this moment? Oh, but how convenient will it be for you in the long run? See, you're looking at now, I'm looking at the long run. You're worried about now, Spirit is worried about your future. You're hell-bent at getting back at someone now, but Spirit is much more concerned about your future. How much ASHE will it cost me is the great question for today, for this evening, for this afternoon, whatever time zone you're in. That is our theme, our important theme of today. How much ASHE will it cost me? How much ASHE will it cost me? How much ASHE will it cost me to not accept that I cannot force someone to love me if they don't want to love me anymore? How much ASHE will it cost me to want to marry someone that I know is not equipped to withstand my needs? How much ASHE will it cost me? That is a great question for today. How much ASHE will it cost me? How much ASHE will it cost me? How much ASHE will it cost me? That is the question that all of you should be asking yourself as you go about your day, as you go about your week, as we move into the remaining months of this year. We are in August. The year is out. How much ASHE will it cost me? Is the great question. Because you're going about a way in your life that's standing in the way of you receiving, executing, and standing in your ASHE. It's not allowing you to really take full experience the fullness of your ASHE because of the way you're thinking, the way you're acting, the way you're going about, the way you're showing up in your life, or the way you're not showing up in your life, what you're resisting, what you're rejecting, what you're ignoring. How much ASHE will it cost me? Is the great question for this evening. How much ASHE will it cost me? Write it in the chat. How much ASHE will it cost me? How much ASHE? ASHE is my God-given power, my God-given light, my God-given abilities. Why are you not living your best life? And while you battle with that question of why is it that I'm not living my best life, regardless of what it is that you try to do, then my counter question to that is, what is it that you're doing or not doing, thinking of doing? How is it that you are behaving in ways that is compromising your God-given ASHE? Lo que está para mí, nadie me lo puede quitar. What's for me, no one can take it away from me. Exactly. Yes, come forward. What's for me, no one can take away from me. But my behaviors, my beliefs, my ignorance, my control issues, could be putting my ASHE at risk. The Sophia Porcel says, how much ASHE will it cost me to keep holding on to a fantasy that will likely never come true? That's transparency and that's honesty. Be honest and be transparent with yourself. Ask a question and answer it for yourself. You're doing something. Something is standing in the way of your promotion. Something is standing in the way of your true your true happiness, not the one you're trying to control, not the one you're trying to manipulate, not the one you're trying to force into being, but the one that is meant for you and your life. What's putting your peace of mind at risk? How is it that you are interfering with your own God-given ASHE? The ancestors of wisdom, your spirit guides of light, do want you happy, do want you to have a most fulfilled life, just want you to experience greatness. But what is it that you are doing that is standing in the way of your own ASHE? Miss Ashley Spikes here on YouTube land says, I knew you had a message for me today and I received it. Thank you, beloved soul sisters. Thank you. Ask yourself that question, my soul family. How much ASHE will it cost me? Write it in the chat. How much ASHE will it cost me? How much ASHE will it cost me to accept that I can make them love me? I can force them to see me. I can force them to accept me. I can force them to be nice to me, regardless of what I do, regardless of how much I sacrifice myself, regardless of how much running around I do, regardless of how much prayer I do. Certain prayers are in vain because you can't force things into being. You can't manipulate nature. You can't manipulate the nature in people. That's a big one too. You could try to, coerce. You can control a certain thing for a certain amount of time. You could do all sorts of things, but you can't manipulate and control someone's nature. Many of us do things to control the nature of things. Nature cannot be controlled. Even when you resort to certain things, if you know, you know. If you don't know, then you don't know. Even when you resort to certain things that manipulates nature. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. That manipulates nature, but at the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of the weeks, at the end of the year, at the end of certain amount of years, things go back to its factory settings, to its nature, to its original place. Because you can't play God in people's lives. You can't play God in people's lives. How much ASHE will it cost me? Is the big question this evening. Blessings to you, Santo Yami. How much ASHE will it cost me? That's a question you need to go to bed with. That's a question you need to pray on. That is a question for you to meditate on. That is a question for you to marinate on. That is a question for you to journal on. That is a question for you to work with during this time period, during this season. How much ASHE will it cost me? How much ASHE will it cost me to keep doing drugs when you know your body is rejecting it? How much ASHE will it cost me to keep putting things into my body that affects me? How much ASHE will it cost me to keep going to bed with someone who clearly shows me through actions that they don't love me? How much ASHE will it cost me, if the shoe fits, wear it? How much ASHE will it cost me to stay married to someone that repeatedly gives my child a bad example? All because I want to say, well, I didn't want my child to grow up without her father. Shit. How much ASHE is it costing you? And then I have another question for you. Do not make the mistake of believing and thinking that whatever ASHE is costing you to see things the way you want to see it and not the way you should see it, that it will only affect you. Come again. It may not affect you directly, but it will affect your offsprings. It will affect your lineage. It will affect a generation. It will interfere with the growth, development, freedom of your lineage. What kind of baggage are you leaving behind? What kind of mess are you leaving behind for someone else to clean? So it's not just your ASHE that's compromised and that's at risk. It's the ASHE of anything that you are connected to as well. See, we also make the mistake, and I'm not going to turn this into a class, but let me tell you something. We make a huge mistake in thinking that my ASHE is only mine and belongs just to me. No. My ASHE was given to me by Creator, but it doesn't belong to me. My ASHE was given to me for me to put it into practice, for me to share with the world, for me to put it out and allow it to flourish, allow it to grow, allow it to blossom. Because my ASHE, whatever my ASHE is, it's an act of service. But when you are interfering with your ASHE by way of your beliefs and by way of your behaviors and by way of your thinking and your conditioning and your action and your lack of action and your misbehavior and your ignorance, you are also interfering with the acts of service that God placed you on this earth to do. Oh, that's a big one. Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down this early afternoon? Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? Is this making any sense to you? And for those of you that are acting that this message or this download has nothing to do with you because you say you're doing good, let me tell your controlling, manipulative ass something. How much ASHE will it cost you to not open yourself up to the spiritual works that the ancestors of wisdom and the spirit guides of light wants and needs to work through you? Hello, somebody. Because you don't have time for your ancestral altar. You don't have time for your spirit guides of light. You don't have time for that ability that runs through your blood that was passed down to you by a grandmother, by a great-grandmother, by a father, by a mom, by someone that is no longer here. But that vibration and that energy lives through you in your blood. But you're not giving it the respect, the attention, and the honor it requires and deserves. Which is why there is lack of activation in your life. Oh, baby Black Jesus, let me tell you, we can go deep into this one. But you choosing not to have a relationship with your spirit guides. You're choosing not to be in a relationship with the very vibrations that you came to serve in this earth, which is why you came. You choose to ignore the download. You choose to ignore the messages. You choose to ignore the dreams. You choose to ignore the connection. You choose to ignore you. And when you deactivate the connection because you don't attend to your spiritual altar, or you probably even took it down because you say that it's just too much for you, as you deactivate your ancestral altar and your connection to it, you deactivate your ASHE. You deactivate your ASHE. Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? And that in itself is your controlling nature. That in itself shows that you want God to be on your watch. You want God to act for you as your employee. So you have a selective relationship with the God of your understanding. You have a selective relationship with Mother Earth. You have a selective relationship with universe. You have a selective relationship with your spirit guides of light. You have a selective relationship with your ancestors of wisdom. But then you complain when things don't go well. Then you cry when things break apart in your life. Well, you are trying to manipulate and control how you want your ASHE to show up. Oh, you still think that this has nothing to do with you because things are seemingly going okay and good for you in your life? I have something for your ass. This is also a message for those of you who hide your talents. This message also goes to those of you that wants to continue sitting in the back of the classroom because you don't want to be called on by your professor, your teacher, because you were taught to hide. You were taught to be quiet. You were taught to not be a bother. Do you not know that so many of you have not stepped into the power of your blessings, meaning your ASHE? So many of you have not stepped into the power of your blessings of your ASHE because you're still conditioned and you're still under the control of your inner child who, while he or she was growing up, was convinced and was told that you needed to be quiet because she looked better being quiet. You look better being silent. You look better doing something else that had nothing to do with what you really wanted to do. You did better in hiding, and you continue to hide when you ignore your blessings, when you run away from your blessings, when you don't want the spotlight on you. And it's done such a number in your life that you've normalized that behavior. And now you don't even think or believe that there's a problem. Because you were told growing up that you looked better, quiet, silent, invisible. And this is exactly how you treat your life, but it's costing you your ASHE. That's why nothing fits. Nothing feels good. Nothing, it's ever fulfilling enough. You get a new job and it goes down the drain. You jump into a new relationship and it goes down the drain. Or if you stay in the relationship, it's not what you expected. And if you stay in that job, it's not making you happy. Because you have failed to realize how much ASHE is costing you. To ignore the true nature in you. The divine nature in you. You have the ideas, but you lack the action. I don't know who that message is for. I don't know who you are, but Spirit knows who you are. You have great ideas, but you lack action. And that lack of action of great ideas is costing you a whole lot of ASHE. Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? Woo! Okay. I can go on. I can go on. I can go on. I can go on that one, but I got things to do. I got things to do. I got things to do. So, let's see what the opening oracle card is for today. Now, as I shuffle here, this Friday is 8/8. Woo. It is 8/8, August the 8th, Lionsgate portal. And I do want to do an online healing meditation this Friday for the 8/8 portal, Lionsgate portal. I do want to do an online healing meditation. So let me know in the chat if you are interested in participating in the Lionsgate portal, the 8/8 portal healing meditation online. I'll do it online. How many of you are interested? I do want to do it. I don't have a specific time that I've chosen yet, but since it is Tuesday and we're talking about this Friday, I do want to see. Okay, my girl Haven. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Okay, awesome, 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 awesome. I can't see my screen on TikTok. Anyway, yes. Okay, okay, definitely interested. Okay, so I'm gonna do the flyer. I'm gonna post it today, or by this evening. I will post it, and I'll open it up, and I will put it together, and we'll have the Lionsgate 8/8 portal healing meditation. Let's see what our opening oracle card is. Balance. It says balance. It says balance. What does the author say about balance? It says balance. The idea of a binary is a human concept. We contain both one and another inside our genetic makeup. Balance sits outside of this duality. They follow their vibration, their own story. They can often be positive, revealing the good that sits inside us all. They can also be gloomy as they give in to the dark emotions that lie furrow, waiting to attack. Balance sits somewhere in between. They know what it is like to carry both sides. Balance blends the best of the worst, presenting us all a new opportunity to experience the whole of creation. Meanings: look for the positive in the negative. Temper your emotions. Temper your emotions. Balance. Balance your thoughts. Balance your feelings. Balance your choices. Balance your behavior. Balance, balance, balance is much needed. Much needed. Balance is much needed. Okay, let's start with the fire signs. Fire signs, that would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Are you in the house tonight? Well, this evening, this afternoon, or whatever time of day it is. Are you in the house right now? TikTok, tap that screen so you can help me out with the algorithms and we get more visibility, and hopefully in the future, more soul family in the TikTok land joins us. Sam Mike's, wow. I wrote about the harmony, about balancing the juggling act of life. Thank you for this confirmation from our ancestors of light. Thank you. Thank you for being open to receive and listen. Man, awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, happy early solar return, Ashley. Happy early solar return. Wishing you nothing but health, growth, stability, self love, inner wisdom, awareness, and the fullness of your potential as the God of your understanding sees it fit for you, your life, and the legacy you will one day leave behind for others to cherish. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, let's see what it says for the fire signs. Tap that screen over there. Tap that screen. We got, okay, we got the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles for the fire signs. Queen of Pentacles. I will say quickly, Queen of Pentacles for the fire signs. Well, what is Spirit letting us know today? Spirit is letting us know today that there is a need for expansion. This is an earth sign card. So there is a need for expansion, or there are concerns about growth, about expansion, about stability, about jobs, about money, finances, promotion, your salary, or your hourly rate, or how you can maximize, or whether or not you should change that job, or whether or not you should open that business, or whether or not you should listen. The only thing that's affecting your ASHE, the only thing that's affecting your God-given power is your insecurity, is self-doubt, is the wanting more confirmations and more confirmations and more confirmations and more confirmations. How much more confirmation do we need when the God of our understanding already signed off on it? How much more agreement, how much more confirmation, how much more green light do we need other than creators? And it already gave it to you. This is the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is telling the fire signs this is a season and a time period for allowing things to flow, for allowing things to move forward, for putting that idea into perspective, for allowing change to take place without your activated resistance. Resistance comes from fear. It comes from insecurity. It comes from self-doubt. And at the end of the day, all those things comes from what? It comes from you not really knowing yourself the way you should know yourself. The way you should know yourself. So you're only affecting you. So the Queen of Pentacles is inviting you to say yes. It's inviting you to explore. It's inviting you to put that idea into practice. It's inviting you to take that leap of faith, take that much needed, deserved, and necessary healthy risk so that you are able to then see change. See, we want to see before we experience. Woo, so much to unpack there. We want to see before we experience. And the God of your understanding and spirit guides of light is telling you, you need to experience so that then you will be able to see. I'll just leave it there at that. Yeah. Let's go to the water signs today. We're going to go from fire to water. Let's go to the water signs. That would be Cancer, that would be Scorpio, and that would be Pisces. Let's go to the water signs. Let's go to the water signs. Stay tuned for the flyer. I'm going to put out a flyer. I'm going to do an 8/8, August 8th, Lions Gate Portal Healing Meditation online. So stay tuned for all that information. I will post it on all my platforms. Are there any water signs here today? Are there any water signs here today? That would be Cancer, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Are you in the house today? ¿Cómo estamos? ¿Cómo estamos? Vamos a ver. Okay. Vamos a ver. So, Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords for the water signs. Queen of Swords. Yep. Queen of Swords. Spirit is basically telling you If you're ready, if you are ready, Spirit is ready too. If you are ready, God is ready too. If you are ready, your spirit guides of light are ready too. If you are ready, your ancestors of wisdom are also ready. If you are ready, the God of your understanding is ready. If you're ready, Mother Earth is ready. If you are ready, the universe is ready. Because the Queen of Swords wants to cut through the chase, wants to cut through things. It needs action. This is a ready to action type of card. Are you ready for the action? Are you ready to see things from a broader perspective? Are you ready to see the big picture and not the bits and pieces of it? But in order for you to be able to see the totality of your vision, you need to cut through the chase. You need to stop lying to yourself. You need to face your current situation with truth. That's a sword of truth. You have to keep your head above the clouds, as the Queen of Swords does. Not let yourself be governed by your emotional state of mind. Get your emotions out of the way so that you can make intelligent decisions right now. You either experience a loss, or you either discovered something a new awareness came in, or you discovered something that just happened, or you revealed some betrayal, or you reveal a truth about a family member or a partner or someone you're dating, or about your workplace, whatever the case may be. Approach it with truth and make the necessary decisions for you to move on, because you don't have any time to waste. There's much ASHE at risk when you delay the natural process that the universe is trying to reveal to you and show you. The Queen of Swords is telling you, cut through things in your life with truth, authentic truth, not manipulated truth, not convenient truth, but true, the truth at its essence, at its core, and you will grow. Let's move forward. Let's go to the earth signs. Well, my fellow earth signs, are you in the house tonight? That would be Taurus. That would be Virgo. That would be Capricorn. Are you in the house tonight? Earth signs, are you in the house tonight or this afternoon? It's so early, and I'm not used to being live Tarot Tuesday this early, that I keep saying this evening. But it's on my end, it's only 3 o'clock. Ooh, I need to get out of here. So let's see. Where are the earth signs? Where are the earth signs? Mojave. Okay, earth signs, listen. We've got the 10 of Wands. I'm going to tell you a couple of things, earth signs. We got the 10 of Wands. Wands, it's a fire vibration. Wands, 10 of Wands is a Sagittarian card. So I will tell you this. You're carrying, by now, at this stage of the game, you are carrying the burdens by choice. You're carrying the burdens because you will not honor yourself. You're carrying the burdens because you will not respect your own feelings, your own emotions, your own needs. You're carrying the burdens because you're afraid of the consequences. You're carrying the burdens because you're afraid of how the boat will rock. You're carrying the burdens because you don't want to see yourself on the other. You want to see yourself on the other side of it, but through your way. You want to see yourself on the other side of things, with things not changing, and it's not going to happen. The 10 of Wands is saying, on one side of the coin, you're tired of carrying the weight, you're tired of carrying the burdens, you're tired of your current life, you're tired of how things have been going, you're tired of this and tired of that. But at the other side of the coin, you ain't doing shit to change it, and you're not doing things to change it because you are also afraid of how things will turn out. You're also afraid of the unknown. You're also afraid of not being in control. You cannot control nature's course of things. And it's compromising your divine ASHE. It's compromising your blessings. And lastly, with the 10 of Wands, Spirit is saying, make necessary changes. Face the truth for what it is. Allow things to take place in whichever way it needs to take place, but don't give up now. Because you might be closer to your blessings than you think. You might be closer to your growth than you think. You might be closer to the things that you've been sacrificing yourself for so many years than you think. So giving up right now is not an option. Giving up right now is not an option for you, my earth sign. But you need to face things for what they really are. Okay, let's move forward. Last but not least, let's go into the air signs, and that would be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Are you in the house today, right now? The earth signs. Are you in the house in this moment? I mean, air signs, my bad. Air signs, air signs, air signs. Are you in the house right now? Air signs. No air signs today? What in the world? No air signs here? Are you in the house right now? Air signs. That would be okay, we got a Gemini. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Air signs. Let's see. Let's see what comes up. Hey. Got the High Priestess, but it showed up in reverse. But let me tell you something. Pretty good cards today for all the suits, for all the elements. We got the High Priestess. The High Priestess. The High Priestess. I want to keep it plain and simple, and I'm going to get the heck out of here. Work that magic. Work that magic. Work that magic. Your authentic magic. Don't hear the word magic and interpret it just as a mystical things. What? Just work your magic. Work your talent. Work your ability. Work your intelligence. Work your ASHE. Work your magic. Because the High Priestess says you're blessed. The High Priestess says you're connected. The High Priestess says you're fertile. The High Priestess says you might even be pregnant if that's what you want. Physically pregnant with a child, if that's what you're waiting for and wanting. But you got to work that magic. You got to work that magic. And you got to work that magic by working with the ancestors, by working with your spirit guides, by working with the moon, working with the different stages of the moon, doing moon energy healings, moon cleanses, moon spiritual baths, many different ways to work with the moon, countless of ways to work with the moon. But nothing's going to really work when you have not worked your insides, your mind. You got to work the inside of you, your mind. You got to get out of your own way. You have to, dream bigger, do bigger. State the laws of what you want. The Torah is looking right at her, and it's facing her, it's not facing the world. So she wants to live by her rules. And as long as your rules are connected to your highest and fullest potential, as long as your rules are connected with the calling that Creator has bestowed and the blessings that the Creator has bestowed upon you, it does not matter. It means don't let people manipulate you. Don't let people control you, whether it's at home, at work, friendships, family, whatever the case may be. Don't let yourself be manipulated and controlled, because you're continuously growing dissatisfied with your life. You're continuously growing dissatisfied with your everyday experiences. But that is because you're not being truthfully honest and laying the laws down. Lay the law down. How you want things to be. Lay it down. The ancestors also wants to speak to you, but you're not listening. Things will never be perfect. You have Jonas and Boris here, the two towers, the yin and the yang, the up and the down. But this is duality. And this is also you really tapping within your power, tapping within the abilities are already with you. Don't look outside for anything that's already inside you. It's already inside you. You're the one not tapping in. You're the one not listening. You're the one not obeying. You're the one not surrendering to your own potential, your own blessings, your own ASHE. I'm out of here. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, YouTube. Make sure that you share this live, okay? Leave a comment, tag someone that needs to hear this messages today, okay? Thank you, TikTok, for tapping that screen and contributing to the algorithms of this TikTok land. I shall see you soon. Again, stay tuned to the flyer. I'm going to post the flyer by this evening. At some point, you'll see it tomorrow for this Friday's 8/8, August the 8th, Lionsgate Portal online healing meditation. Okay, so stay tuned for that. I shall see you soon. Take care. Over and out, mi familia bella. Me voy. Me fui. Nos vamos.